Hello friend, welcome back. In this tutorial I will be talking about TestCase Studio Pro, a very detailed tutorial in which we will discuss all the features of TestCase Studio Pro version. So first of all, what is TestCase Studio? TestCase Studio is the next gen recorder plugin. It is available free version is also available here, you can see on the website, and this is the pro version. So of course pro version is super advanced and it's a next gen recorder plugin which can help you guys to get the manual steps which you perform on the web application into plain English sentences. And yes, of course, not just the plain English sentence anymore. Now you can record in any local language, like in any language you want, you can record them. Also it helps you with the screenshot, screen recording, and many more features are there which we will see. So how you can get started and how you can get it. So here it is on SelectorsHub website. You can see that this is the TestCase Studio Pro. You click on this, it will open the TestCase Studio Pro homepage where you can find the download link. For all the major browsers it is available, like Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Opera and Brave. So here how you can so it's very simple to get started with this you have to edit in your browser. So let's say I'm just preparing this video on the Chrome browser, so click on here, or you can also click here. Here you can see that it is available in Chrome browser, verified and everything. Here you can add it to your browser. Also after adding it, you see that it is the logo is here right now. Let me just unpin it. You will not find the logo here, so please pin it to toolbar so that it is always available here. Now the next step is take the subscription to use this, because when you will click on this it will open the login window. So here you click on this, or you can directly go here TestCase Studio Pro to compare the free and pro version. So let me just click on this, compare and take the free plan. So here you can see the free features and the premium features, and this is the business plan for the companies. Like if you have a team of like couple of testers, then in that case you can go for this. So here you can see all the features we have mentioned which pro version has, and all these free features are there of course in the pro version. Good thing is, like today when I'm making the video, there is an offer running that you can get the 2-month free trial without any card or any details. Like just you have to enter your like normal details to get the account created. Otherwise you need not to enter any card or bank details, and you can get the 2 months free trial. If you want to take the lifetime plan or annual plan, in that case you can check it out here as per like your location. Like if you are from India, you can take it in INR. If you are from outside India, you can take it in dollar. So this is how you can get started. I will leave the video in the link in the description, video link in the description, where I have shown how you can buy these plan, and you can proceed to get started. Okay, once you have added this in your browser, please restart your browser and then you will be all set. Now let me just close that and open, let's say SelectorsHub.com or any website you can open. So we will see that how you can use it. It's very simple and straightforward. In place of simple SelectorsHub.com, let me just open any other website, let's say Flipkart.com. So here what you have to do, like before you start your testing, like we are searching for a product, we are clicking here and there, you just have to click on this logo, that's all, to open TestCase Studio Pro, and this is how it will open. So this is the simple UI of TestCase Studio Pro, very much self-explanatory. You can understand each and everything. So here in fact the instructions are also written here to get started. So after clicking on this, it will open. Here you will get your every steps and everything get recorded here, screenshot and all those stuff. And then here you have more features, like you can do a lot of customization, filters, you can have the download buttons, screen recording here, and here you have the test cases. So let's get started and see how the recordings happen. So before we start, just click on the logo, that's all. And now let us start doing the testing. Suppose we click on this disk here and whichever tab you will be recording, you will see that red icon will be here. So you will be knowing that right now this tab is getting recorded. If you go back, if you switch to any other tab, like let's say we came into this tab, so now the red button is here, red icon, this means recording icon is here. So you understand that okay, this page is getting recorded. Like if I click here, it will record that step. And now if you want to see that whether those steps has been recorded or not, you can just again click and you see that those steps has been recorded. In case of Flipkart, it was click on image. In case of like when we clicked on SelectorsHub website, it was click on practice page. And here you can see the screenshots as well. Good thing is a screenshot, in the screenshot wherever we will perform the action, that field will be highlighted, as well as you will find the timestamp as well on the screenshot. And this was the Flipkart thing where we clicked and started. Okay, now if we come back again on Flipkart website, you will see that it is getting recorded. Okay, now any action you will perform here, let's say if we do right click here, it will record. Suppose we search anything here, like let's say if I search for AirPods, click on this, click on add to cart, remove. So now you see that each and every steps has been recorded here and a screenshot has been taken. So you can see that if for each and everything a screenshot has been taken, and you have the actions, everything right there, steps, URL, the data what we have entered in those like if we have entered the data anywhere, that will be recorded here. This is ID and name column. If any field will be having, like any action element will be having ID and name, that it will be having here. XPath and CSS selector for each and every element where we have performed the action, and the logs as well, like when we opened the website, at that time what were the network logs, when we click on this image button, what were the network logs. You can see it here. You can download them in any format and share it with your developer. Suppose at this particular time any bug came, you find any bug is there in the website, you can simply copy this complete test case, or you can simply copy all these steps and paste it to your developer that these are the steps to reproduce this bug and fix it. You can also save in any format this file, like this particular test case you can save in any format, and whenever you require you can refer it. It will be very easy for you. So this way you can record, download test case in any format. Means basically like this is the standard format which I have showed you guys. We will see like what all changes, what all customization, how you can change the format and everything, that we will see now. Okay, apart from that, what all simple things are available. Let's say at any particular point of time you want to add a step here. Let's say you want to add one more step after this row. After the second step you want to add one row, you can add a new row. But right now you see that up arrow, which means it will add a row above. But if you want to add a row below, you can select this arrow, then click, and it will add the row here. If you want to add a row before this step, in that case you hover on the plus icon, click on the up arrow, add new row. So this is added here. So this way you can add and delete the row up and down anywhere, wherever you want. If any step get recorded by mistake and you don't want to have that particular step, you can delete that step as well. Like let's say we want to delete this, you just click and delete that. So this is how you can add a row and delete a row. If you want to duplicate any row, you can duplicate as well. Just keep in mind that these arrows are wherever they are pointing, it will duplicate row like up or down according to that. Next, let's say we have recorded these steps. So there are so many things, and if you will download this file, all these data will come here. But there could be a chance that you don't need ID, name, or XPath CSS selector, actual result column, expected result column. So in that case, can we remove these columns? Like, can we customize all these things? So yes, you can do each and everything. Like just click on this customize, and suppose you don't need this ID, name, XPath CSS selector column. So whichever you don't need, you can just uncheck from here and you can see that if you go back now, you will see that those columns has been removed from here. And here expect result, actual result, these columns are coming blank. If you don't need them as well, you can just remove those as well. Uncheck this, come here. Great. So this becomes very simple, neat and clean. Now if you will record next time, it will record with your settings, and you download the sheet now, so it will come with the steps like this number, steps, URL, and whatever you have here. Now there will be a chance that your columns names are not like this. Like let's say this is the steps, this is URL. You might not be writing like steps. It could be, in your case, it could be test steps. So in that case, you can rename these columns as well. You can rename if you want to rearrange them. Like let's say URL is here. If you don't want URL at this place, you want, or like let's say data you want first, data column, you can just switch here and there. So you can like just switch these columns here and there wherever you want, rearrange them basically. Here you see that this is the, you also get the like system information, like OS version, OS type, what is the type, browser version, resolution, timestamp, everything. If you don't need this in the sheet, like because it used to get downloaded in your sheet, if you don't need this, what you can do, you can just uncheck this. So you can just turn it off, and now if you will download this test case, it will not download these information if you don't need in your file. Though it is good to have this, because whenever you will be like referring this document, you will always find this there. Okay, so this all can be done. Now let me show you each and every feature one by one from that page, so it will be more helpful. Here suppose just go to SelectorsHub website, and under Pro plans just click on this TestCase Studio Pro, and here we can show you all the features one by one. So what all, everything is there in free version. So that is just now we have seen advanced and lightweight UI, multi test case recording. Yes, so this is great feature that here in TestCase Studio Pro, suppose we have recorded one test case like this. Let's say we are recording this, we right click here and there, so this is there. Now if you want to record one more test case, so can we record that? Yes, we can do that. You just click on here, save and continue, and you see that here the test case 1 got saved here, and this is the test case 2, and now you can go here or wherever you want, and you can record your, start recording your new test case. So here you see that the second test case started recording, and here your first test case, you can switch between them, and if you want to download, you can just download it in any format as always. And if we open this CSV file, so you can see that here the test case 1, test case 2, and we can also give them the name as well, both the test cases. So this is how you can download the test cases as well. And if you want to download any particular test case, you can just uncheck, like here all the test cases are selected. Let's say you just want to download one first test case, you can just uncheck this and it will get downloaded. If you want both, you can just keep them. So this is how you can record multiple test cases as well. Very good and very helpful feature. Record and download test cases as per your template. So there could be a multiple types of templates, right? Because this is the very simple and straightforward, but in your company, in your like what your company follow, that can be absolutely different template, not these columns like test step, data, URL, logs, screenshot, not this way. Like what file we have open here, your test case format could be absolutely different. So can we get them? Yes. Can we record the test case in that format? Like for an example, this is how your test cases are being written in your company. Like these are your headers, then first test case, then here the second test case. So can we have this kind of format downloaded, recorded in TestCase Studio Pro? So yes, let's see how we can do that. Okay, so let's see how we can customize the template according to our own template. So here you go. Let us just delete these all things, and here now suppose we want to customize the template according to us. So just go to customize here, and here let's say just see these columns, what these columns are we have or we need. So id is id column. So here we don't have any id column, and this is the blank column is coming in the template. So what we can do, for the blank column, whichever blank column you need here in your template, you just add column, click on add and rename it as an id. Then work item type, so this is also a like new column we don't have in TestCase Studio. So add this, what is that, work item type. Then next is title, so let's add that as well. Yes, I do work item type. Then we need one more column, that is title. Then we need test step. Okay, so test steps we have because step column that is, but is test step column, you see that this is the number column, so that we can rename this one because this we have already. So this we can make it as test step. And here step action is something like, here we have the steps one, so this we will rename as step action because that is the one where we capture the action. Next is step expected, so we have this expected result column, so this we can rename as step expected. I just wanted to show you guys that yes, we can customize the template as per our format. Area path, here area path is not there, so we can add one column, make it as area path. Then next is assign to, so assign to is not there, so we can click on here and assign to. Assign to. Next is state, so let's add one more column. And then next is state. Okay, so now we have all the columns which are there in our template, and let's see the alignment, like the order. So first column should be id, so here you can arrange columns. So first column should be id, so let's keep it an id. Then work item type, so let's move it. Then test step, so work item id, work item type, test step. No, after work item we have the title, so let's move this title here. Then test step, then step action. Then we have expected step action, then step expected. So step expected, do we have it here? Step expected. Okay, one more thing, let's save this. We should be doing this check, those columns should be checked here, then only they will show for rearrange. Now again click on here, and now step expected, this should come before step action. After step action, then area path, then assign to, then state. And we don't need data and URL column, so that we will uncheck. Click on save here, come here, and we don't need data and URL. Okay, so now we have all the columns which are there in our template. Go back. Here you see that now we have the same template: id, work item type, title, test step, step action, step expected, area path, assign to, state, and logs and screenshot. If you don't need, you can just keep it off. You can uncheck them, so they will not be appearing in the UI, like you can just uncheck, and this way you see that column gone. Now here by mistake, if you feel that you have not arranged or renaming is required, then you can also do it from here as well, like you just click and add it. And also if you have to move anywhere, you can move them, so that is also possible. Okay, so our template is ready. Now if we will record the test case, is it going to record in the same format what we have it here? Okay, so let me just close this because we have done all the settings. And suppose we let's just close this, we open this again. Now you see that it is coming in the exact same format what we have saved, so you need not to do that again and again. It is just one time. Now if we do anything here, so you see that everything is getting recorded, whatever we required. Now of course the new column which you have added, they are not going to have the value because they are the new column which we have added, and TestCase Studio doesn't know what values should be filled there. So that column comes as blank in your template. Then if you later if you want to add something, that you can do. Okay, now here we have this. Okay, great. Let's come back here. But here if you notice that this is like test case sample and some values are there. So this is something like for each and every test case they have certain rows predefined. Few values are predefined. So can we have few rows in our test cases which will be pre-filled? So yes, that is also there. Like if suppose pre-filled row, one pre-filled row is required before each and every test case we record here. So that you can do, go here and you see that here pre-filled row. So here you can set your pre-filled row, click on this button, and here if ID value is required, that you can set it here. So here let's see what is required. Work item type is required as test case. So that you can set here, work item type test case. Then title is sample. So it could be anything like in your case. Then this is going to be recorded at runtime. Area path, it could be some value. So you can set it or you can change it at runtime, anything. And then assign to, if you know the person name always going to be same, then you can just keep it. And state, what is your state of your project or anything like design or something, that you can. Now let's go back here, and this is our first test case. Suppose before each and every test case we want to add that row. So what you can do, click on this, and here you can add new pre-filled row. Click on this and you see that a new pre-filled row has been added. Now if we will download this test case, it will get downloaded in the same format, this one. And here you have, let me just download this and open this. You can also rename the file before downloading the test case, so that is also there. So here you can see that exact same test case got downloaded. Now if you record multiple test case here, like let's say one test case we have already recorded, we record one more test case here. Just go to Google or anywhere, you do something. So this is the second test case. Sorry, we didn't clear the first test case. Let me just click on save and continue, so the second test case will be happen. And now if we go to any website, let's say Myntra.com, any e-commerce website or wherever you go. So we have these here. The first test case is this one, second test case is this one. Now before the second test case, we also want to add a row. You add a row, and suppose we download this now. So you can see that here it will be exactly same what we have in our template. You see that this is almost like 100% same what we have there. If you want to change any value before saving, so that you can do in TestCase Studio. Like let's say you want to change any value, like you want to assign it to someone else, you can just this test case you want to assign it to someone, you can add that name here. You want to change any value like area path or any column value, that you can add it before downloading. You can also set the test case name here before downloading the test case name, like let's say this is a demo. So if you will download the file, now it will download with this name. So this is how you can customize the template and download as per your required format from TestCase Studio Pro. Then we have also created a separate tutorial for each and every feature, so don't worry, like if you want to check it out, like you will find it in our SelectorsHub YouTube channel. Record test case in any language. Suppose you want to record test cases in any particular language, like this is getting recorded in English, but if you want to record in any local language, that is also possible. Like what you have to do, just go to customize here, and you see that here you can change these terms. Like click on, if you want to, let's say, do it in Hindi, in that case you just copy this, go English to Hindi. I'm just translating this to Hindi, paste this. It could be in any language. Then let's say open website. So these sentences you can change, and then if you will test your website in your local language, it is going to record in that particular language itself. So you can basically change all of them. Like here, let me just show you one example with this. Delete this. Now suppose if we open any website which is in Hindi, let me just try here. Okay, now if we will be clicking anywhere here and there or performing any action, it will be opening that in Hindi. Like it will be recording all the steps in Hindi language. So you see that website khole, like I can read that what it is saying. So this is like it is recording in that particular language. So this way you can like just change these terms which are like static, and here this is like variable. So this you need not to change, because this is going to pick up the element name from your website which you will be clicking or performing action. So do not change which is there inside double quote curly braces. Don't change that value. Just change these keywords which are written in English. If you want to reset them, just click on this reset button and it will be reset to default. So this is how you can record in any language. Record test case in BDD format. So this feature is right now in beta stage. So suppose if you have recorded any test case, like let's say just delete this. If you record any test case in like here, and if you want to convert that into BDD, just click on this, and now if you record this test case again, so you will feel that like now it will record in that kind of format, BDD format, like when the user open the website, when user click in here. So this is right now in beta stage. We are optimizing it a lot more so that like you will not have to make any manual changes locally by yourself. Then customize option to set the recording terms in steps. So this I just showed you guys. Like if you want to not, let's say not in language, but still let's say in place of saying click on, let's say you want to say click at, that you can do it now. So this is not, now it will not be hard coded that we are hard coding any kind of sentences here. You can change that. Like open website, you want to say open URL. So now if you will record the steps here, you see that here it is saying open URL, click at. So whatever terms you want to define, that you can do it here now. So this is another great add in TestCase Studio Pro. Screen and video recording feature. You can also do the recording, screen recording. So let's say you want to record the screen. So here is the record screen button. Click on this. Here if you want to record any particular tab of the Chrome browser, that you can select. If you want to record any particular window, that you can select. And if you want to record entire screen, that you can select. So for an example, we want to record the entire screen. So you just select that, click on share button. Here is recording has been started, and if you will be performing any action, everything will be capturing inside this recording. Whenever you want, you can just stop this, or if you want, you can pause this and then again you can resume it to record continue. So if you, let's say we have stopped this, now if you open this, you can watch it, you can download this, and you can download like any, like you can record as much as you want. So that can be done. Click on this. Once you are done, you can delete this. So this is how you can record the screen as well. Add custom columns. So we have seen that yes, we can add the custom columns as well. Now we can add new columns from here. Set the pre-filled steps. So we have seen that yes, we can add the pre-filled row. We can add a step before and after and duplicate. That we have seen that yes, you can now add a step before, after and duplicate as well. So that you can do here. Rename column headers. You can rename any column header here, whichever you want as per your requirement. Rearrange column orders. So you can rearrange the order column here. Timestamp on a screenshot. This is another great feature. You get the timestamp here on each and every screenshot. So like let's say you have downloaded these screenshot, and at any particular time you want to refer them and you want to recall at what particular time they have been taken. So screenshot when they have been taken, the time will be there. URL for each step, so you get the URL of for each steps in TestCase Studio. Right now we have hidden here, like if you make it visible, so you see that when I perform this action, what was the URL that you can see. Network locks are there. Network locks, we have seen that. Yes, we have the network locks. So if you come back here, you can see the network locks. So whenever you are performing action, what were the network locks at that time, you can get it here. There will be no ads, no steps limit. Like in free version you see the ads, and there will be steps limit, like after 50 steps in free version you will see that there is pop-up and performance issue, but in pro version you will not feel at all. Capture browser and OS details like name and all, that is there. Capture screen resolution as well. Record the timestamp with the time zone. ID and name selectors is something which we have recently added. There is no size issue due to more screenshot, more steps. Feature to generate XPath and CSS selector with and without attributes. So you see that here, if you guys are converting these steps or these test cases into automation, so we have the XPath, CSS selector, ID and name as well. So if you want to generate these XPath and CSS selector what has been generated here with any particular attribute, so we have a filter feature here. You can just pass the attribute name here and here, so you can generate with any specific attribute as well. And if you don't want to generate with, let's say, ID class, that you can, in that case you can just uncheck them and you will be able to generate. Feature to use the variable in place of user data. So suppose here you see that when we perform any action, it used to like record that particular value. So let me just clear this and let me just have very few columns here. Let's remove all those columns which are not required so that I can show you like in very good detail. So now we have only two columns. So suppose we are entering some value here. Suppose we search for, not on this, let's say we search here for SelectorsHub. So this has recorded enter SelectorsHub into this field. But what if like we don't want to show these values in our test cases? So in that case you can make it as a variable here. So you see that other setting, enter input data variable. So let's say we want to make it as a variable, some variable name. So you can say it is a variable, let's say just variable, or let me just give a meaningful name, data value. Okay, now if you come back here and again if we search some with, let's say this time we search with auto test data, enter. So now you see that this time it has recorded with that variable. It is not getting that value what we have entered there. So it is very helpful to hide the value which you are using while performing the action, while performing your testing. So this can be useful in case of like password and user ID, email, which you don't want to share the data with others. Feature to disable the spatial actions and recording. So you might have noticed that it used to record the scroll and all those events. If you don't want to scroll event, shift key and arrow keys, that you can uncheck and it will not record them. Copy all recorded data in single click. So you have the copy button to record like copy everything what we have recorded here, copy complete test case. So this is good thing, you need not to like every time download complete thing. Feature to download last test case. So here we have the feature to download the last test case. Like let's say by mistake if we have closed this window, so now we will lose everything what we have recorded, but here you have option to download last test case, so you will be able to download this, so your work is not going to lose. Feature to download all the logs, this is there, like you have the network log, so you can download all the network logs in one go. Undo feature is there, like let's say we have performed some action here and there and by mistake we have deleted this particular step. So in that case you have this undo button and it will be there, so you are not going to lose anything even by mistake. You have download option for screenshot only, so if you want to download only screenshot you can download them. More command option for Selenium, Cypress and Playwright, etc. So you see that here we have this XPath and CSS selector. So if you want to convert this, like you want to convert these test cases into automation script and you want to directly go with this what it has given, in that case you have the option for command as well. Like you can directly generate this kind of command like driver.findElement by.xpath, and xpath is already there, and here you have more commands, so you just select them and you see that it is generating with cy.get. if it is like playwright, it will be more commands are there, so that you can select. Then you also have the dark theme support. So here if you want to use this TestCase Studio in dark theme, you have the dark theme feature. Just click on this button and everything will be in dark. Very beautiful and it looks good. I really love that. And better support and frequent updates on TestCase Studio Pro always you will be getting. Like we used to keep releasing lots of new features, and you will be seeing soon like a lot more new features like integration with test management tools, where you will be able to directly upload these recordings into your test case management tools. You might see soon option to record these screen with your voice, so that will also be a lot more things are coming. So we will keep adding more and more features. We highly recommend to use this particular tool to everyone, and please do keep checking these tutorials. Like let's say we have recorded this tutorial, so in future what new features comes, we keep showing the message here. Also you will always find the tutorials here with the latest tutorial, and you always check out, like if for each and every feature we have created separate tutorials, so you will always find it here. So please keep checking out them, and if you have any question, any request, new feature, you can always raise a ticket here. You can always connect with us on the live chat of SelectorsHub website, or you can just write us on support@selectorshub.com for any help. And if you are new, then please do take this offer, a special offer. Right now you can get your free account for TestCase Studio Pro. So get this account right now for yourself, free account, and check this amazing tool TestCase Studio Pro, which will help you a lot to save a lot of time, as well as you will learn lots of new things and new idea. You will get a new ideas for automation. I hope you will love this. Thank you so much.